This is good. Oh, hey, my love. Hey, everybody. I was gonna try and get the thing and share it out, but how are y'all? Hold on, just can y'all hear me? Okay. Hey, I'm driving too. On set my cruise control. I'm not dead. I'm just haunting people. Well, you better not be dead. I am driving to the hospital. How's my sound? I'm using a new little gadget. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm hella static. Great. Okay. Well, fuck it then. Let me do. Hold on. How's that? Is that better? We'll play with this shit later. Alright, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was about. I'm trying like hell to get over here, but there's no way I'm gonna make it before they get him out of his room. So, how's everybody doing today? Who are we? No, I texted you, or I messaged you the other day too. I guess I should have texted you. I never think about texting people because I usually just talk to everybody on Messenger. We had to take Dad to the hospital yesterday, and we were in the ER from like 8 a.m. to, well, I guess the ambulance came at 8. I went over there at like 6:15 to his house, and then the ambulance got there about 8. So we had to take him over to the hospital, and we were in the ER until 3 p.m. They finally got us up to his room, but he is having surgery at 11 in about a little over half an hour. He has osteomyelitis in his foot. For those of you that don't know, that's an infection in the bone. This has been like an ongoing thing, and I took him to the doctor back in April for his foot hurting, and that doctor, because I thought maybe it was his gout again, and that doctor wanted to send him to a vascular surgeon, and so we saw the vascular surgeon in April, and they did Doppler and stuff from like the waist down, and then wanted him to come back in October to do his upper. So he did, we went back 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago we went back and they did the Doppler and stuff on his aorta and carotid, and all of his circulation was fine. So he referred him to a podiatrist, and he was supposed to go to the podiatrist last week, but he didn't feel well, so we didn't go. And then his appointment got moved to, actually it was yesterday afternoon, and last Sunday, a week and a half ago, he stopped walking on it. The pain got so bad, and the swelling, and he wouldn't walk on it. We've been going over twice a day to get his medicine and food and refill all his drinks and stuff, and he's been sitting in his recliner since last Sunday, not getting up to even try to walk on it because it hurt too bad. And I kept saying I don't feel like I felt like my gut was telling me there was something medical going on and that a podiatrist was not going to fix it. Now, he does need to see a podiatrist. His feet are gross. And so we're going to get that set up for them to do his nails after he gets back home. But I kept saying, and I even said last weekend, weekend before last, I kept saying, I feel like we need to go to the emergency room. I just don't think, anyway, so we got him there yesterday, and they started doing, well, first his blood work came back, and oh my God, it was so crazy, out of whack. His white blood count was up, his platelet count was down, and his kidney functions are all out of whack as well, which is probably from him not drinking enough this past week and a half, because he was having to use a urinal from his recliner, and you know, anyway, it's been a mess. And then so they were saying that the x-ray showed that there's a foreign object in his foot, and they kept asking him, did you step on something, da, da, da. I'm like, y'all, well, when I got him in the ambulance yesterday and I was standing at the foot of the bed, the medic that picked him up looked down, and he's always got his house shoes on, so I've never looked at the bottom of his feet. I've always been looking at the top of his feet and his ankles, checking for edema and checking for redness. I was worried there was a clot that they missed. So I've never taken his shoes off and actually looked at the bottom of his feet. And he was in the ambulance, and we left his house shoes at the house, and there was a wound on the bottom of that same foot, like just slightly over from his pinky toe. That was new, because I know the vascular surgeon took his shoes and socks off 2 weeks ago and examined his feet, and that wasn't there. Yeah, he got a big old dose of Rocephin last night, and then they were starting him on Vanc as I was leaving last night. Or he got the Rocephin in the ER, and they were hanging Vanc when I was leaving, actually, last night. So he's got his antibiotics started. The surgeon came in and talked to us, and anyway, it looked like, I was like, I'm hoping it's just like a chipped bone or something floating around in there that the x-ray was seeing, but they kept saying that there was a foreign object in his foot, and it was close to the spot where the wound was, which just wasn't making sense to me, because like I said, this pain started back like in March, February, and he doesn't go anywhere. Like, he doesn't even go outside the house. I go check his mail, I go get his groceries, I go pay his bills. But I didn't think he would have stepped on anything without us knowing, especially the way he bleeds. Yeah. And so they took him down for an MRI last night, and the surgeon came in before I left and talked to us and said, because of the infection of the bone, that there's more than likely going to have to be an amputation, and we're trying to figure out what this foreign object is in your foot. And anyway, I was up around 1 a.m. and I checked my chart, and his MRI results got posted at like 10:30 last night. So I read them, and they said there was no foreign object, which is great. I'm just like, I don't know what the x-ray films were reading, but there's no foreign object. And the doctor came in this morning and said he thinks he might be able to save that toe. But we'll just have to wait and see. So that's where we are now, and I'm headed over there. I was gonna go hunting this morning, but when I got up, oh God, when my 4 o'clock alarm went off, I was so tired. I said, never mind. And now I'm glad I stayed home. And my sister's surgery is in Houston tomorrow, and now because of Dad, I'm not going to be able to go down to Houston for her surgery. So anyway, what a week, huh? Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, he has no strength whatsoever now. And we were talking to his nurse on the floor last night. Yeah, right. Did she? No. It was scheduled for the 10th of October, but it got bumped back to the 31st. So she didn't have it at the beginning of the month. Yeah. So it's tomorrow. Her and Mom left yesterday afternoon to head down to Houston. And she had her first pre-op appointment at like 7:30 this morning or something, and her has different pre-op appointments all day today, and it won't be until like 5 or 5:30 tonight when she finds out what time she has to be at the hospital for surgery tomorrow, which is ridiculous to me. I don't know why they can't schedule their surgeries out, but it don't matter because I'm not going anymore. We're all falling apart. Oh, God. Why is it so exhausting to sit and do nothing? Like, I sat in that ER all day yesterday. My back is killing me from them shitty chairs. But why does it just drain you to do nothing? When I can go hunting for half a day, mind you, walking to my stand and then back to my truck is a total of 3 miles, carrying about 20 pounds worth of gear, and that doesn't even make me as tired as this kind of shit does. I don't recommend sneezing a lot and driving. Oh no, is an emotion? I guess so. The stress, yeah. FPSI? You need to get on some allergy medicine too. It's that time of year. And we're just getting into another hurricane season, or storm season rather, I guess. We've got some bad storms brewing up today. Fucker, I ain't letting you over. I'm in a hurry. So how is everybody doing? How are all y'all? Oh, I know. I had to start taking my allergy medicine again last month, and usually by this time of year I can lay off of it for a little bit. Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I got one a week or so ago, but since we started back on the injections and upped my dosage, I feel like we're having pretty good success with it. But yeah, those allergies and all will definitely trigger a migraine. Good grief. That's crazy. And you've just been miserable this whole time, huh? Holy crap, I cannot quit. As soon as I know that they've started the surgery, I'm going to run around the corner to 7 Brew and get a coffee, I guess. I forgot my bottle of Tylenols in my hunting backpack. And, oh God, that's terrible. I know you'll be ready to get it over with. I need you to text me or message me, either way. I have both phones with me today. I have questions for you about how you got started with your stuff for your brother. Because I'm just interested. You know where I'm going with that. They're saying they need to... Oh, Jesus Christ. Saline. Oh, well, good. Glad that's helping you. Man, I take a Claritin daily. I use Flonase daily. My allergies are bad, though. why would they need to? I don't even understand all that. But hey, at least you'll be asleep when they break your nose. I broke my nose and I felt every bit of it. I thought I jammed my nose up into my brain. Sweet, thank you. Boy, I've missed y'all. If everything goes well and I make it back home in time tomorrow, I don't know what time I'll be able to get over to visit Dad tomorrow because I'll have the boys, but I plan on doing a Halloween live. Oh, that's right. Okay. But I was planning on doing a special live tomorrow night for Halloween. I need to stop and get a bag of damn candy. I don't have any kids for Halloween. You need to get your ass back. I know. Trust me, I know. Well, as soon as I get Dad's house cleaned back up, back into decent shape. Oh, see, I got sidetracked. So, when he got to his room and was talking to the nurses and stuff, he kept telling them, I want to do you didn't have to do that. Thank you, love. You're so sweet. I love you so much. Y'all are the fucking best. You know that? I don't know what I'd do without y'all. He wouldn't even ask, and he goes, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now to the nurse, I want to do my rehab at home and I want to use such and such home health for it. Evil did. And I was like, fuck no, we're not doing rehab at home after this. His ass is going to inpatient. Oh, I would love your hug right now. I was already struggling as it was, keeping the kids and getting over there to take care of him twice a day. He's gonna be not happy. But I said, I'm picking my battles right now. And I told the nurse, I talked to her in private before I left, because I needed them to bathe him. Now, mind y'all, you gotta remember, this man is 80-something years old. I don't even know how old I am this year, so don't come at me about that. I don't know how old anybody is in my life. And he's a Navy veteran. He was in the Navy back when, it wasn't like it is now. There was no such thing as snowflakes back then, or gender confusion. And this man has no filter. Look, I don't know how many times I just wanted to crawl under a chair yesterday, spending all day with him. But I said, I'm picking my battles right now, and I'm not even going to get into it with him about rehab until we're closer to discharge. He's not going home. It's just not possible, honestly. His house isn't set up. His, driveway and yard isn't good enough for him to get out with a walker or whatever and walk up and down it. Rehab would only do they count every single day? I don't think they were coming every single day the last time. But that was different too. That was from his pneumonia. But the last time he had pneumonia 2 years ago, he spent a month in inpatient rehab. And he liked the place. It's a nice place. Nobody in that generation. No. Girl, but they can watch him to make sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm gonna get that lined up here in a few days. But right now, I just want to get him through the surgery and go from there. I ain't pissing him off yet, is kind of my point. Sometimes when you have elderly people with dementia, and toddlers, it's all the same group. You gotta pick your battles. He will, and he'll get it when, I'll explain it to him, and he might be disgruntled about it at first, but he'll be okay. So we're gonna do that, and that gives me time to go through and try and deep clean his house in the meantime, because it's a mess. So I'm gonna do that, and then once I get that situated, I'm gonna get my office back in order. The baby is, you know, kind of getting to where I can get a little work done during the day with him there. So I'm ready to get back to it. Can we? Oh, sure. That's so sweet of you. You don't have to do that though. Have the toddlers watch the old ones. Yeah, right. It is about the same. Thank you, my love. You know where I work. I'm learning more about how to handle it. Yeah, good. It's, I mean, you know, I took care of my grandmother the last few years of her life, and she started out dementia that turned into Alzheimer's, and I learned a lot just doing that. And I tell people, you know, it's like you gotta have patience, and it's pretty much like working with a toddler. You have to slow down, take the time to explain things just like you would with a toddler. And pick your battles. So last night I had to go back out to his house before I went home and get some of his laundry to do, and I went and told his neighbors what was going on, and she was like, well, he's definitely gonna need rehab. What, that's a whole other story in itself. But that's the same thing I told her. I was like, yeah, look, we will cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm having to pick my battles at the moment. He already, you know, he didn't sleep well the night before last, and he was up all day yesterday, and so by the time we got into the room, I was just trying to make conversation, and I started talking about voting and your rights and stuff like that. I was like, there's something that I don't understand. I don't understand, because I was looking up laws and stuff about voting. I don't know, you know, I just go on these weird rabbit holes. And I said, the way this is worded, it says that we have the right to privacy, but it doesn't say that you are required to vote privately, as in nobody can walk over to the polls with you. Unless, I mean, they have to accommodate and let you have somebody if you can't read, or you know how that is. But other than that, I've always relied on I'm not a big political person, and I've always relied on baby daddy to try to explain to me the like the issues. I know who I'm voting for, but the wording on the issues, you know how our brains do sometimes, and it's just I hate these short, tiny little cars that look like there's nobody in the parking spot until you get right up on them. Sometimes I need help understanding the verbiage of the issues that we're voting on. And I've always wondered, I don't like doing it. I don't like being up there around the people. It's just intimidating to me. I know that's probably crazy, y'all hearing that from me. I have tons of patience helping an older person. I know that feeling. All right, let's park right here. This counts for day surgery, right? He's having surgery during the day. Fuck him if I can't take a joke. So anyway, I was thinking, you know, if I could have somebody like stand next to me so that I knew exactly what I'm voting for with the issues, that would be great. But I didn't understand why you're required to do it by yourself. And so I started looking at the laws and the verbiage on it. Really, it says says, hold on, y'all. I gotta hike my breeches back up. Oh, my fucking back. It says you have the right to privacy. Right. It doesn't say, I couldn't find anywhere in that where it says it is illegal for you to have somebody stand next to you while you're voting. Anyway, so I brought that up. I was like, I don't understand this. Why? I've read the history on it and how at one time people voted verbally, and this came about so that like your employer can't do anything if you vote. So your employers won't know who you vote for, so they can't discriminate. Well, there's my little tangent that made no sense to y'all. Exactly, Evil. Hey, honey bunny, how are you today? Wait, why aren't you at school? These kids with me to vote. Well, yeah, I took my son with me before, but as far as like, I used to always want to have. Hold on. I used to always. Okay, sorry, I walked into the hospital. I had to jump on the Wi-Fi. Oh God, see, I always forget y'all are so far behind me on time. Okay. Well, you have a great day at school, honey. And quit growing. All right, I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna get up here and get situated. And once things are settled in, I will get back on with y'all. Love y'all. Bye.
I don't know, because
I'll be back in about 30 minutes or so.
And been told so many times because of that. I went through it.